Well, coming up, we're going to speak with a university professor that cycled the world as part of his research on recycling. That's when we come back. Stay with us.
Well, there are a lot of different ways that academics do their research, but how about including cycling around the world to that research? Well, that's what a McGill University professor, Larry Lessard, is doing in the name of recycling research. Professor Lessard, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So 406 days, 22,000 kilometers, and you're back in Montreal. How are you feeling?
I'm good because I've already had a St. Viateur bagel, so I'm okay now.
So tell us a little bit about what you learned on this trip about recycling. What are the biggest takeaways?
Well, yeah, some of the biggest takeaways of this trip is that I'm very hopeful for the future because I've met so many people who actually care about the environment and care about recycling, and it's just a matter of putting things into action, and I think we can make a better world.
So you did this on a bike. I have to ask you, what do you think you got out of this by doing it on a bike as opposed to, say, just going places on buses or planes or by cars?
Well, it's a bit like how I teach my kids. I teach them by example, and so I think when they see a 63-year-old professor going around the world, and then I start telling them they should do something about the planet, maybe they listen a little better because, what I'm doing is difficult. And what they need to do, maybe simple things may not be so difficult. But I've also, seen lots of what just regular people are doing in their homes and in their communities. So it's all very inspiring for me.
Is there something that we can apply in our daily lives here that you learned while you were on your voyage around the world on your bike?
Well, I think when I see the kind of mess of garbage that's in some other countries, especially the less developed countries, part of this garbage is because of us, because of our desire to have, so many material goods and cheap goods that, it forces them to be made in these countries. So probably one of the simplest or the biggest things people could do is just to be less materialistic and eat less meat. There's just so many things that people can do.
And just from someone who's maybe watching what you have done from the outside and, taking on this physical and mental challenge, what would you like the people who have seen what you've done to take away from what you've done?
Well, I hope some people will be inspired. So I've seen that in some of the students that I've talked to. I've talked to many universities and given presentations, and I've kind of encouraged these students to, not to want to design Ferraris as a living, but, try to go into the field of environmental engineering and, try to do something good with their young, sharp minds. So if I've inspired a few students along the way, then I think I've done my job.
Well, motivation can always help with the next generation. And Professor Larry Lessard, thank you so much for joining us on the show to talk to us about it tonight.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me on.